what is up, my BBoss baddies and my bad fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So yes, I am gonna tell you guys, for everybody that is new, welcome. But yes, I will be telling you why women out here love these disrespectful, rude, bad boys, bad guys, alpha type of guys. Those type of guys out there that women always go back to. I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering why, but some of you guys may know. And so I have a main topic, and I'll just tell you guys now. You know, not everybody watches until the end or watches. So we will be talking about the challenge that comes with bad boys and why women love it so much. Okay, so before I really get into it, I do have 2 other channels, links down below. And you guys, if you have not given this video a big thumbs up yet, TikTok. Okay, all right. So just one last thing, you guys. If I do get lipstick on my teeth, it might just happen. Don't mind that, you know, just sometimes it happens like that. Okay, so first thing on my list, it's not a list thing, but first thing that I want to get into about this challenge thing and just kind of discuss, it's all about challenge and how much women want that hard to get. And hard to get is not what they always want because it's so challenging, but they obsess with that feeling. And so they are attracted and go back to those bad guys. And so the first thing is really how guys are viewed now by how this woman feels and sees this guy. So the bad guys, you guys have to understand that women see men all the time, right? Some of the stuff that we kind of overlook and don't think about too much, think about it like this. Women are always thinking about it, or women are coming across it. So fellas, think about men and women. They're gonna come across each other. Woman, if she's beautiful, she's gonna have a lot of men. If she's more beautiful, she's gonna have more men. Okay, that's common sense. So now the viewing part, this is the part where it changes in how she views you. When women come across a man, automatically they're not really expecting nothing, unless, like, obviously if she's seen something already, there's money, there's that type of stuff. But ultimately all men are the same to these women because they have so much men, so much validation, so much attention, so much of everything. You guys get it, right? And so when they have that, they view all men the same. Are you following? So when they view all men the same, what happens is every man becomes the same for her, right? And so the challenge, the getting a man easily, the validation once again, and all these other things that commonly happen with every single man that approaches or meets a beautiful woman that doesn't know how to act, she's just bored of it. She's noticing that's just what's happening. Every time she comes around a man, it's the same thing. And so you guys have to take it like this. Nowadays, women are not excited for men. They're not excited to get to know men. They're not excited to know more about men. Matter of fact, if anything, women nowadays are just trying to snatch from men. And so what ultimately happens is the men that are the bad guys, the alpha guys, they start standing out now because all of a sudden they're doing something that, damn, how could a man ever do that to me? So now listen, fellas, if I was a woman, listen, follow, and you were to approach me, example time, so I can really help you guys. You were to approach me, or not me necessarily, but let's say a woman that you want, a woman that you're into, whoever it is, maybe your ex-girlfriend. So you were about to approach, right? When you're about to approach her, and this expectation or this view of a woman is already, oh, all men are the same. You guys hear this all the time. This is not me just talking out of my, like, this is stuff that's out there. So if you know that women are feeling that all men are the same, you approach this woman, if you give her the same punchline, if you are not playing hard to get, if you actually do try to entertain her, just do all these things that all these guys are doing, and her knowing that all men are the same or feeling that all men are the same, you end up being in that category of just being any other guy. Now, you have to remember, just because you're not being a simp, you can still be another guy. But you will not be the rude guy. You will not be the alpha. You could still actually be alpha, but you won't be more on that disrespectful douchebag, the guys, the Tyrones, the Chads, the guys that women always go to, but don't really treat them, the best, I hope you know. Okay, I guess I really want you guys to know. So I want to say this, you guys, because it's all the same stuff that, like, wraps into the same thing. So it's like a whole bunch of notes that I have to tell you guys. So now if she's viewing all men the same and you guys do the exact same other thing, absolutely you're not going to stand out. But now the guys that are rude, it's taking it to the next step of how could you? And when I say how could you, this is what I put in brackets, the next part. Right now we were talking about the viewing, how she sees you, the perspective, how she feels about men. But now we have what makes you special enough to treat her that way. And this is where the part of that love for guys like that grows so strong. And you guys have an obsession video coming very soon. So it grows into this obsession, increases. And this is because how could you? What makes you so special to treat me this way? And so this is the part where it doesn't matter who you are, but now you can treat a woman how you want to treat her. So if she's not treating you with respect, you could treat her with disrespect, but you're treating her how you want to treat her. Not obviously, how she probably wants to be treated and things like that. Not that she's going to tell you to, oh, treat me like this. No, but you're going to go ahead and treat her as that way. And so when you guys are treating her that way, I'm trying to tell you that you guys put yourself at that man that could be masculine, that could be a leader, that could guide and do whatever he wants and get any type of girl and won't even care. You could be all that. If you get her, if she views you as that guy that, oh wow, he could actually say whatever he wants to me, or he could do all these things and get away with it, right? The bad boys, those guys out there, they get away with it all the time. But once they have that view in her head and she feels like, oh, well, he's not weak. He can't even be, oh wow, he's so rude to me, but I can't have him. But hey, you know what? He didn't hit me back. You might not even be her type in the beginning. It happens all the time, fellas, where you might not be her type in the beginning. And so, oh, you went ghost a bit and then you hit her up. She's still playing games. Now you're being disrespectful. Like, oh, I'm not feeling you no more. You might tell her that. That's the stuff that these alphas and rude guys are doing. You guys will say it's disrespect. A lot of people will say it's disrespect, but it's really ultimately, and this is why women tolerate it, is it's really ultimately guys treating women for who they are and what they are and how they act. And so a lot of times also you guys will think, how could a beautiful woman like that, so gorgeous, go ahead and take so much BS or stick around for a guy that's like that, right? There's other guys that have money out there. There's other this and that out there. But she's attached and grew that obsession to that guy. You guys, the answers are right there. There's no other guy that's doing the same thing. Once her feelings are involved and she knows that she can't have that hold on you like she can with any other guy, or she knows that there's moments. The worst is when she knows she can get out of it, a little bit out of it, by trying to, calm you down or stick around, right? The girls that always go back to the rude guys or the chads or those type of guys, they kind of can get a little bit of what they want, love and affection, right? Their nurturing side, their soft side will want all these things, but that tough side won't really work too long. And also a lot of women think that tough side is good enough. So they are up for the challenge. That's what it comes down to at this point. It's not just down to that woman is, oh, just going for it. Let's just try this one dang day. No, these girls are up for the challenge of trying to win men over. And y'all, when I was talking about this in the beginning of my video, talking about how women are so bored and they're coming across the same type of men, and that's what's making them really, really, get so bored and then go back to these chat guys, is because it's really just like you get excited. Just for a woman. It sounds wrong, right? And it happens, but a lot of times girls are not excited with the nice guys. It's a boring lifestyle. If she's living this lifestyle of keeping up with her looks, guys always giving her attention. And remember, all these things add up to something, right? So if she takes it and adds up to her ego just growing, ultimately, when she's dealing with you guys, you're not really going to get far. But you guys, when we talk about how she views you, and you act like a simp, right? You act like a simp out of nowhere, or, you act like you're not that guy that could be disrespectful. She goes and walks all over you. She's not interested. She has nothing to be excited for. She doesn't look forward to anything more. And guess what? You can't expect a woman to. Listen, fellas, let's go ahead and wrap up, okay? Let me go ahead and wrap up real quick, okay? So look, you fellas cannot expect a woman. I'm sorry if I'm playing with my hair too much. I just thought I liked it the other way, but I didn't, okay? But you can't really expect a woman to get too excited nowadays when she has the same type of guys always coming for her. In 2022, you guys, nowadays, and I'm going to do more videos talking about the challenge that women are wanting, that they are up for nowadays. Those challenges, this is what is going to keep a lot of fellas that have game, no game going nowadays, and fellas that don't, that get on game. This is what's going to keep you guys going nowadays, because this is never going to die down. A man that will talk to a woman however he likes, or a man that won't take no disrespect and will still talk however he likes, right? Those are going to be the guys that are still going to be hard to come across, because those guys still have things to back it up. And now I'm going to talk about the backing up in the next video, but so I can give you guys a good introduction. Fellas, those guys out there, this is gonna be like our intro. I don't know if it's gonna be bad boys, but those guys out there, those are the same guys that could talk crazy and do talk disrespectful, but they do have things to back it up. And so this next part is really down to, what do you have to back it up? It's now back to viewing, but if she views you as a man that can't disrespect her because you don't have nothing to back it up, then she is ultimately looking at you and saying that you're a simp, or you're nothing, or you ain't shit. That's how she's feeling, because it's like, well, you don't have money, so how could you talk to me like that? Or you don't have a car, how could you talk to me like that? You don't have your own house, right? It's gonna be all these things that she feels like, oh, if a man has, he could disrespect me. And so you guys, and this is why I'm saying I'm gonna save it for our next video, because it's really a whole nother topic. But like I was mentioning earlier, how girls and women will go back to the same type of guys. Y'all gotta get that they're addicted. They're addicted to that they can't find somewhere else a guy that, you know, could have money, that could get any woman out here, right? And you have to remember that, yes, looks can play a part in things like that, but nowadays, money and status gets you any woman, most likely. You see it happen all the time. So if that's the case, you guys have to remember, if you are dealing with a woman that comes across men that have money, right? She's came across so many men, right? Rich men, guys that are athletes, guys that are businessmen, entrepreneurs, all those type of games. What type of ball game is she in? She's in a whole different league at this point. So if she's in a whole different league at this point, that means that she's not going to have no time of the day. She's not going to be interested, and most definitely not excited, looking forward to talking to someone, honestly, like you, that might not be in the league of those other guys. But you see, that's not your problem. And that's what I try to tell you. You're not here to compete with other guys. You're not here to compete with these women. If she feels otherwise, or you know what, she feels like she can only get better because of her history of men, what type of men she can get, that's on her. That's not on you. A lot of you guys take these feelings, or take what these girls are enjoying in life, and make it your burden in your own life, and make it your own issue, as if you gotta find a problem for it. But that's her business. Don't make a problem out of it, because she's not even caring. Not caring for what she's doing, her actions, right? A lot of these girls that are for the streets, these hoes, you guys, they don't care a single dang thing about their actions, right? So if that's the case, and they don't care about their actions, do you think they're caring about the burdens or the things that you're taking that's dwelling on you guys? No, they're most definitely probably, and this is probably what's happening with a lot of fellas out here, they're worried about the other guy that has 2-3 other girls as well, but he has money and he knows how to talk to women, and he's not a simp, and he is rude. Like, you see that challenge of, why don't you love me? Can I get you to love me? Watch me make this man love me. All those things are the things that excite and get women to just want to keep coming back to that man over and over again. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. You guys, I hope you guys got the whole idea of the challenge that just excites women and gets them to just want a man and want these bad boys. And you know, that whole other feel, I didn't talk too much about it. Like I said, we're gonna have another video for it. But also, you guys, that whole other feel of how she's gonna view you, and then how you guys with your life, you guys have to stand out a lot more. You guys have to be different in your own way of, okay, well, I'm not gonna treat this woman so pretty and so much respect and, you know, simp or kiss ass because of that, right? And so last things to just go ahead and wrap up for you guys is that the challenge is not a challenge for you guys to do. Remember, the challenge is something that you guys are supposed to give, not supposed to, you know, feel like, okay, well, I can't do that challenge. I can't make it that challenging. It's not that difficult, because it's just you doing that action, but a lot of you fellas choose not to. And so the challenge might just be to not speak to her for a few days. The challenge for some of you guys might be not to take disrespect from her, right? Some of these guys that are the alpha guys, or the ones that are the disrespectful, or the Chad guys, those guys are also winning, because when the woman goes ahead and disrespects him, he goes ahead and walks away right away. So for you guys as well, that could be one of your challenges that you're setting for yourself, right? But you don't have to make it a challenge for yourself. And so and I say this to say that if you go ahead and decide to do this, that's where you said, okay, this is an easy challenge and you're doing it. Now it's going to be a challenge for her. So now the guys that are, you know, not doing no contact, not texting back, they're still getting their texts back 2 days after they decide to text the girl back. And they're getting those texts back quicker than they would with another woman that, you know, it's just like the opposite. You get what I mean? Like, I'm trying to say that you guys can be like any other guy out here that's doing these challenges and, you know, playing mind games, if you can say, with these women. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this video at this, but be on the lookout for the other ones, and please have that post notification on. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Bye, you guys.